Hey everybody, although this is at the beginning of the ALTSON wireless microphone system review, this is the end, a summary. And I want to tell you, I am very impressed. You go ahead and watch the videos. You'll see at the beginning I have an unboxing, what's in it. But then you'll see some examples of using the GoPro Hero 8 Black that I'm using right now with just the media mod, then with the built-in transmitter microphone, and then finally with the ALTSON wireless microphone system lapel mic that comes with it. And you can decide what you like best. My take, I like both here and the lapel best depending on what you're using. And the thing that won't be obvious is just understand how, you may get this a bit when I climb on the bike and I'm talking from the front of it like this, the sound on with the media mod isn't as good as soon as I switch to this. And it's true, once I get going on the bike and I'm kind of behind it, the media mod does well, but this does well all the time because it's in a good position. Same thing with the lapel mic. So overall, the ALTSON is going to be really, really handy. You don't have to worry about what distance you are from a mic. I've got a good shotgun mic, but again, distance even with a shotgun mic, you start picking up more noise and the like when you just want to hear what you're saying. A couple of things I talk about the Rode. The Rode does not. I had mentioned how, so this is the receiver right here, and the receiver, I said, look, it also has a meter on it. The Rode does not have a meter on that, so that's a really nice feature that you can see the volume right on this one, make sure things are going very well. Other than that, you know, this right now on Amazon is $100. The Rode is twice that. Full price on this on Amazon appears to be about $110. This is really, really slick. Final thing before I forget, it's $419. At $142, I turned these on. They weren't fully charged based on the meter, and you can see on the receiver, it's over half still. Can you see that? And on the transmitter, it's about a quarter maybe. So what is that? That's basically over 2.5 hours. Very nice, and they're small, which of course you want that when I had this resting on top of the GoPro. I didn't have that one resting. I had this one resting on top of the GoPro. You don't want it to be gigantic. So this is sweet. ALTSON, nicely done. I think I mentioned it before, but just in case, I am an Amazon Vine reviewer, which means some products, this included, I get free to review. Doesn't affect the actual rating, I'd let you know, but great work, and if anything changes, I will update the written part of this review. Thanks for watching. No, right, but please keep watching, see the rest of the review. You'll learn more about this great wireless microphone system from ALTSON. Bye for now. Hey everybody, ready for another kitchen table review? And yes, there's a kitchen table. It's down there. Today I'm going to do the unboxing. There'll be more to this afterwards because I got to test this out. This is an ALTSON, see that there? An ALTSON AWM-TR. It's a wireless microphone system. So if you are familiar with vlogging and stuff, there is a company called Rode that makes a Wireless Go compact wireless microphone system. And I think that this is ALTSON's answer to that. And we'll take a look at maybe some of the differences. I don't own that. I can tell you though that the price of this as I'm recording this is half of the price of the Rode, and the Rode is marked down by $100. So it's a third of the price that this is on Amazon is only a third of the price that you would pay for the Rode full price. So let's go ahead and just open this up. There we go. See what's in the package. Like I said, I got to do a bit of testing. We'll try it. This, by the way, doesn't just have a microphone itself. You can plug a microphone in. So to start off, something really neat, which I didn't expect. It's got a great case with it. See that? And little nice things like this where, see how it's got the style, the red and the black on the zippers? Nice thick zipper. Something else I should note, by the way, if you look at the package, it's got some features here that are important. UHF, which is supposed to have less signal interference. It's an omnidirectional mic. Uses a 1 amp charging. It lasts about 4 hours on a charge. And it says its service distance is 70 meters. 70 meters. So let's look at what's in the case. Excuse me. It has directions. That's good. It's got the two ends of it, and notice how small. So I do have, I think it's a Sennheiser. I've got an expensive Sennheiser one that I use for preaching, but it's huge. But take a look at that. Is that nice? Let me take the little plastic off it. See that there? And let's go with the other side too. I can't break the plastic. It's me, it's not the plastic. So again, nice cover to protect the front. And notice they look very similar. They're not the same if you look at the tops, but they look very similar. Do I have one upside down? Yeah, I do. There you go. There we go. But the tops aren't exactly the same, because one's a receiver and one's a transmitter. Although the bottoms have interestingly similar buttons. Also in here, got the mount so that you can put it on top of a camera. You see that? I gotta stop moving around so you can see it. See that? And then a bunch of accessories. Let's see if I can open these quickly. Here is a lavalier mic. Notice the wind guard. That's a nice thing to have. The Sennheiser Sennheiser, is that how you say it? That I have. Actually, I didn't have a windscreen with it for some reason. Charging cable. Notice the nice wrap to hold it. That's a nice addition. Often they'll just come with like a twisty, and then you're like, okay, now how do I get it to go back the way it is? So I think it's going to have two charging cables, both with the nice bands around them. See that? Another charging cable, and it's USB-A. What's the other side? Oh look, USB-C. That is sweet. It's interesting. I would have expected a lesser priced thing to be using one of the micro connectors. So that's very nicely done. And then finally, got a couple more wires here. Looks like a 3.5 cable. See that there? And what's this last one? This one. What's interesting, these other ones are clearly rippable, throwawayable packages. This last one here actually has the seal. I wonder what's up with that. And that says it's a camera cable on the little sticker there. It's a camera cable, but you can see it's the same size. Oh, that one says camera cable too. So two camera cables, or 3.5 millimeter cables where you can plug it into. Two charging cables, the thing to help make it so you can attach it to your camera. They have clips on each one. It's a nice little setup. I'm looking forward to it. So the idea is this allows, right now I'm using a shotgun mic, a really nice one by Rode of all things. An NTG, I think it's NTG something, but either way it's a nice shotgun mic, and they're unidirectional, but the fact is if you really want sound, the closer you can have it to you, the better. So this will allow it, and probably, let's see, if you can see it there, so the transmitter does have a mic built in, but notice you can also plug something in. So that's where you would take this lavalier mic, put it in there. And of course the nice thing about it is you don't necessarily have to use theirs. I'm going to try some of the stuff I have to see if it can work too. So far I'm impressed by what's in here. It's a nice case, protected. It's got the little bungee thing here to hold extra stuff up here. They've really done a good job. So ALTSON, it's a great start, and everybody else, I'm going to do some tests. I'm not sure how I'm going to weave this all together, but I'll do some tests and let you know what my final, number of stars is. Oh, and speaking of that, I should say, I am an Amazon Vine reviewer, which means, like in this case, I got this product free to do a review. Okay? I don't know what time it is. 8 o'clock? I got this product free to do a review, and that won't affect the review's number of stars, but it's kind of nice, and I should let you know. Either way, I'll be back. See you. Hey everybody, before I climb on a bike to test out the ALTSON wireless microphone system, I figured I'd go ahead and show you something kind of neat. Can you see what that is doing right there? See how you can see the volume of my voice? And right now I am just using the microphone on the ALTSON itself, And I don't think that the Rhode Wireless Go, which I said in the first part of this review, I think this is basically made to be an alternative to. I don't think, by the way, it has the screen on both the receiver and the transmitter like this. And by the way, the same meter that you're seeing here, I can see on the receiver if I go up there. So right now, I have the receiver plugged, it's attached to the top of the camera via the connector, the hot shoe connector that comes with it. And then I've got the media mod here and have the receiver plugged into the media mod with a camera cable, which reminds me also, as I set this down, you hear all the noise. When I showed you this cable earlier, I said, oh look, it's like a second camera cable. This one actually is a phone cable, and you can see what it does is it has a different connector. It's got 3 parts, or is that 4? 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, versus the camera, which the camera would not need a headphone and a microphone. What else? I mean, this is so far I'm pretty happy with it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to climb on the bike. I'm going to record one part of the bike ride with the media mod, then part of it with just the microphone on the transmitter, and then I'm going to plug in their lapel mic. The only thing I would say as you go through them, and I'll try to remember to put notes on the video when I put it together, is I imagine the GoPro will use their proprietary method of wind noise reduction with their microphones. But I don't think they're going to have it turned on when I'm using the ALTSON. So take that into account. I mean, I'll talk with each even before I get on the bike, but take that into account. And let's see how this works. See what we think. I won't make you watch the whole bike ride. I'll do portions pretty quickly. So either way, let me get set to go on my bike ride, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm about to go on the ride. We're going to ALTSON, right? ALTSON wireless microphone setup. Right now what you hear is just the GoPro media mod. I'll ride this way for a couple minutes, few minutes, get to another spot. Then we'll do the ALTSON wireless microphone using its microphone. Normally I would not wear something like this in over 90-degree weather, but I want something to use when I'm using the built-in microphone. It's got to have something to clip to better. With a lapel, I could just do it. So we're going to do this one first, then with the built-in microphone on the transmitter, then with the ALTSON lapel mic that comes with it. And we'll see how each one works, okay? Ready to go for a little ride? So part of the idea is, it's a bit breezy today, which is going to make the ride a little interesting. You might think of on the high plains, it's all flat. First of all, it's the rolling plains. It's not the flat plains. Second of all, wind is just as good as a hill. And what's really neat is when they happen at the same time, going up a hill and a good wind. So what I want you to be able to hear is that I do talk sometimes on the bicycle. So the media mod microphone does have a grill on the top too. So you should be able to hear me okay. But it points forward. So we'll see if that's a factor. Won't go too long because I don't want you to have to watch a long video. We'll get to a good stopping point in a second. Then I'll stop this and I'll restart it with the ALTSON hooked on. If you've never been on the high plains, you'll get a little bit of a feel for it on this trip, although we're in the town of Strasburg, Colorado, so it's not the same as being out on the farms. So, wind's blowing a little bit at me right now. It's not necessarily a straight western wind, or from the west, but it's mostly from the west. So how's it sound? As I mentioned, the GoPro is probably using their proprietary wind cancellation. So, let's not get killed. Tell you what, we'll stop at Iowa. Then I'll switch. Yeah, that's great. The other microphones will make it so you can really hear me. just hit me. I can actually clip the ALTSON wireless microphone to my Maxpedition bag. Didn't really need to wear the thingy here. Okay, let's stop here for a second. And switch. It's warm enough for me to take a drink of water too. Okay, how does it sound so far? I'm gonna stop here, get the next one going. Okay, I'm back. So what you're hearing now is using the microphone that's built into the ALTSON. I am saying it right. ALTSON, yep. ALTSON wireless microphones built in right there. That's what you're hearing right now. I want to note something that was kind of neat. The screens on these are, I'm in bright sunlight right now. It's that you don't want to shade them a little bit, but they are bright enough so that you can see. And I love the fact that if I come towards here, I can see my volume on the screen on the receiver too. So if I'm right, and the Rhode Wireless Go does not have that feature, I could be wrong, you can go check it separately. That is a sweet feature to be able to do that. So let me climb back on the bicycle right now. We're going to keep this right here. I'm going to climb back on the bicycle, and I want you guys to be able to hear what it is using this directly, okay? We won't go way far because, again, I don't want this video to be 20 minutes or something like that for you. My bicycle ride will be more than that. I should have gotten the water. Okay, so now the microphone, I've slid the bag back a little bit. I'm going to slide the microphone up. Being careful not to have it fall off. You'll hear me moving around a bit here. Okay, so the bag's back a little bit. So I'm going to put the bag even further back here. Put it behind me. Slide the microphone up a bit more. So I'm going to be very interested to listen to these too. So what we're going to do is go down by the grain towers, which is my second favorite item of note in Strasbourg. My first is the water tower, which sadly we will not go by, so you won't be able to see that. Sorry for the fact that you got to hear me breathing hard. I'm not a spring chicken, and it's also pretty hot out. Bag's slipping because I didn't put it far enough back. There we go, hopefully I'll do it. Okay, let's stop again for a moment. Stop here for a moment. Okay, that's recording with a clip. I'm sorry, the microphone directly built into the transmitter. I'm gonna get some water during the break too. When I come back, it'll be with the built-in microphone. It'll be with the lapel mic that comes with it. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So now what you're hearing is the lapel mic. Let me see if it shows metering on there. Yep, I see metering on there. So what you're hearing now is the lapel mic. Let me take a quick swig of water. And what we're about to do, and I'll probably stop the recording. Well, I'll make final comments up there. I'm going to keep the thing recording. Why not? See how it turns out. But we'll stop the review part of my bicycle ride at the top of the hill that's coming up. But think about it again. I'll talk while I'm riding, and you can say, where's the sound better? And we'll discover together when I put the video together. Okay, let's get back on the bike. This is the biggest hill in this route. That doesn't mean it's a big hill, but it's the biggest hill. And I kind of enjoy this route. Okay, so now we're riding, have the natural wind from the ride itself, and the wind, as I think I mentioned before, is mostly coming from the west. So I've got that as I go up the hill. Woohoo! As I've mentioned in another video, when I was younger, I was loath to downshift. I wanted to be that He-Man. And once actually, I didn't mention this, but once I actually had to have a crank replaced by a set of bikes, and I was pushing so hard, the crank bent. But then at Eastern Mountain Sports in Peterborough, New Hampshire, the guy told me, he said, hey, it's like a car. You should downshift to maintain a constant RPM. And there you go. How's the sound? It does have a little wind guard. Not sure how good it's working. We'll find out together. Okay. Tell you what, we won't stop quite here. Stop where I turn. Ahead. You think with some of these bike videos, we have a lot of traffic in Strasbourg. Just going over the interstate, so clearly there's a lot of traffic on there, but not in general. Certain times of the day. Yes. Stop over here. Okay, what do you think? You've seen a bit of each. This again is the ALTSON wireless transmitter, but using the lapel microphone that it comes with. Is it better than the transmitter with the built-in microphone? And are the two of them better than the media mod straight up on a GoPro Hero 8 Black? What do you think? If you're on a system that allows comments, if you see this on a system that allows comments, please put it down in the comments. I'm interested in your thoughts. Now, I'm going to stop the review here, and I'll come back when I get home. We'll talk a little bit more before I wrap it up, and then maybe I'll put the rest of the video on the end for people to watch. It's just that with an Amazon review, they can only be so long, and then you, in essence, have to turn down the quality or the video is too big to upload. So we'll see. It may stop after the next part, or it may not. Thanks for watching this far. I'll see you in a bit. Thank you. Okay. Well, this was interesting. I forgot this out on the bike. When I pulled up, it looked like there was a dog in a truck, but I didn't hear the motor. It says he's got the air on, but the motor wasn't running. Must be some kind of special thing that turns on as needed, which is not a bad design. So let's see. I started the transmitter and the receiver about an hour, maybe 10 minutes ago. The transmitter shows, and it wasn't 100%, but it shows at least half, and the receiver shows at least half. So I was actually a little worried about the back, because when I took it off, I had charged it, and when I took it off, one of them didn't even show 100%, and I charged it for over a day. So it may be that the meters on them aren't 100%. I don't know how well you can see me or not. See my soda? Diet Pepsi on tap. But this actually looks pretty good. So what I would say is this is I'm going to play with the settings and stuff, but I'm not going to make you watch me do this. This thing, so I think it's called a Rhode Wireless Go, is twice as much as this, and the Wireless Go is twice as much as this, and that's like $100 off the list price of the Wireless Go. Once we see, okay, well, I guess I will have one more piece right at the end where I talk about the sound. But otherwise, I am very impressed with this. This is just a nicely done microphone. I'm going to leave the batteries on just to see how much more it can go. But I love the fact that I can see how I'm talking here and that I can see that same thing on top. So that just because this has a meter doesn't mean that that's even picking it up correctly. Although I suppose I could have this only show if it's connected. And you can change. This right now it says at 13 decibels. I can turn it louder, so you can see what happens when I turn it louder. That's 15, that's the highest, but I can also lower it. I can bring it down. That's 6 decibels, yeah, not so loud, huh? 3 decibels. Channel it's on, I imagine if I press buttons, let me get back up to 13 decibel, which is where it was. If I hit that, what does it do? Well, maybe it says channel 1. Okay, I see. Hit that, so it's pretty easy. Hit channel 1. I'm going to disappear for a second. Ready? Let's go to one. Okay, am I back? Am I back? Let's see. Yes, I am. Okay, that's pretty neat. So very easy to set it. You can see the bottom there. Press that button, choose your channel. Very easy to do it. As I've talked before, it's USB-C, which is very nice. This is impressive. I'll know for sure. I'll come on one more time real quick at the end. I'll know for sure once I put the video stuff together. But great work, ALTSON. Folks, this is a good deal, and it may, I don't have a GoPro wireless. I'm sorry, I do not have a Rode Wireless Go to compare it to. But at least feature-wise, I can't imagine it's better than this. And I don't think, I'll double check, I don't think the Rode comes with a lapel mic. So it does have the built-in one on the Rode, but I don't think it comes with a lapel mic. You can hook one up to it, but it doesn't come with it. So goodbye for now. I'm going to turn off the camera.